So these are some ways in which businesses could protect the environment and promote human health in the workplace. So just adhering to laws and regulations so that profits are not generated at the expense of the environment, okay? That's something that really hasn't been done over the last few centuries. Corporations rather, have just ripped through the natural environment to make as much money as possible. Pollution and other environmental issues should always be considered in all business activities. For example, the safe disposal of waste or dumping of toxic waste. Okay, we're not dumping it into a stream and there's a local village nearby that is now affected because they consume this water or they wash their clothes in this water and we've just dumped toxic waste in. Become involved in environmental awareness programs. That's key as well. And the environment can be protected by altering production techniques in favor of cleaner, greener technology. So more sustainable technologies that have less of a carbon footprint with lower carbon emissions as well. Water for human consumption should be tested before it's used. Promote nature conservation by looking after natural resources, minimizing pollution by reduce, reuse, recycle. I love that. So this idea, this concept, this initiative of reduce, reuse, recycle, it needs to be built into company culture. Reduce consumption of goods and services which are environmentally unfriendly. If something is affecting the environment, if it's to the detriment of our, natural environment, but it is a necessity of the business, try to eliminate it completely. If not, just reduce the consumption of it. Register and engage with recognized institutions and bodies that promote green peace. We want to be aligned with all these, bodies, not just to, save the environment, but to also have a good public image, showing that we care about the environment. Physical working conditions should always be worker-friendly, safe, and promote occupational health. We don't want anyone getting hurt in their place of work. And finally, again, with the focus here being on physical working conditions, just having adequate lighting, everyone can see, ventilation so we can breathe. There's enough air. Oh, sorry about that. And this lighting and ventilation, it should be available and functional. It should not be a privilege or anything like that. These are basic things that affect our senses of vision specifically. We want the room to be well lit. We want to be able to breathe. We want to feel good while we are working. Not just because these are, human rights, but also happier employees are more functional, they work a bit more effectively, and they're just overall more efficient. And as a result, like I've said so many times in these business videos, all of those factors combined could possibly increase profit. And that is ultimately why we start business, or why we stand on business, if you know where I'm going with that.